Hello everyone, welcome to Engineering Archives. Today we are going to look at a new chapter, dot product. So before we start this chapter, we will look at a few formulas that we will need to solve problems related to this topic. So we're going to look at a few formulas. So the first formula that we're going to learn is how to do dot product between two vectors, let's say A and B. Let's say our vector A is something like this. And similarly, our vector B is something like this. So once you have the Cartesian form of two different vectors, you can take their dot product by taking the product of their respective x, y, and z components, and after that adding, so the dot product would end up something like this. So this is the first formula that we need to learn. The second formula is as follows. The dot product of two vectors is equal to the product of the magnitude of the two vectors times the magnitude of vector B multiplied by the cos of the angle between the two vectors. So theta is the angle between the two vectors. This formula is pretty straightforward, and we will be using this in quite a few problems for this chapter. And last of all, there is another formula that we can use to find the projection of a vector on any line or axis. So let's say this is our vector A, and it intersects an axis or a line C. So the component of the vector A on this axis C can be found using this third formula. And so the third formula goes as follows. The component of A in direction of the axis of C is equal to the magnitude of A multiplied by the cos of the angle between the vector A and the axis C, theta, or actually let's call this angle phi, by a unit vector in direction of the axis C. So what this formula says is that the component of A, the component vector of A in direction of the C axis is equal to the magnitude of the vector A multiplied by the angle between the vector A and the axis C, which is phi, and finally that is multiplied by a unit vector in direction of the axis C. So you will get a further understanding into these three formulas once we start doing the questions for this chapter.